Hi guys, welcome back to the Anime Multi-Universe Bleach 1000-Year Blood War episode 12 review. So for this episode we get into the nitty-gritties of the history between Isshin as well as Masika, right? So on the first scene we get to see Isshin give a feedback to Captain Yamamoto on what actually transpired in the world of the living, right? That essentially he managed to defeat that Mahalo that Aizen had sent forth. And then Captain Yamamoto asks him, dude, are you sure that in the report you included all the details that needed be, right? And we actually see a close-up shot where Captain Yamamoto's eyes open up to essentially say that, dude, you're probably omitting something. And he was right, and I believe that Captain Yamamoto actually knew that Isshin came into contact with a Quincy, and he didn't include that in his report back, right? So, okay, some time passes by and we see Isshin as well as Masika think about each other, right? To say that, how is this guy doing? Did he make it back to the world of the living? Is he in good health? Etc., right? So, then the conflict for this entire episode is that Masika, ends up getting sick, right? She's infected by a hollow spirit, right? Turning her into a hybrid. So in one of the scenes, she falls down and then Uryu's father, catches her, right? And then he rushes out with the intention of trying to go get some help. On the way, they are actually attacked by a hollow. And then Isshin, having some form of sense that something might be wrong, let me go check up on this lady in the world of the living. He finds that they're in trouble and he slashes that hollow in half, right? And he's also worried, what the hell is going on? But then fortunately, Sisuke, shows up. He says, guys, if you want this lady saved, I might have a solution for you. So Sisuke takes them to his shop and then he explains to them that what is happening to, Masika is essentially halofication, right? And that he's been studying this thing for the symptoms for hundreds of years and he might possibly have a solution. So the solution is some sort of vaccination, right? To infuse or fuse a soul with the soul of a hybrid of a human being as well as a soul reaper, right? And in doing so, he would need a nominee of which Isshin would be the candidate. So Isshin, of course, this dude is afraid or doesn't like responsibility. He jumps at it, at the speed of light to say that, dude, I'm gonna do this. But not only because he's running away from responsibility, but also, man, Ichigo's dad is a stand-up guy. I think we all know this. It's a good quality that he actually has, right? But by doing this, obviously, he would lose his rank as a captain. He would not be able to use his Soul Reaper powers. He would not be able to use his Hollow powers for as long as, his Soul Reaper spirit is suppressing the Hollow inside Masika, right? And then another reveal that we get is that Masika, dude, for the way she is now, her soul, that would also be transferred down to her descendants, right? So this explains why Ichigo also halofies, right? Because in the past I personally didn't understand how Ichigo is a soul reaper as well as being able to halofy. Where does this side come from, right? But there's also another added layer that we discovered now, obviously, in in the 1000-Year Blood War, which is that he's also a Quincy, right? This dude has 4 DNAs running in his system, right? So they managed to do it, and then we do get some time to see that Uryu's father ends up marrying Katagiri, right? So that Katagiri ends up becoming Uryu's mother, because the intention was to marry Masika with, Uryu's dad, but that didn't come true. And then the other reveal that we get in this episode is, how Ichigo's mother died, right? But before that, actually, I'm glad that they showed how Ichigo was formed, that Masika finished school, okay? She went to college and eventually had Ichigo, because one of the big gripes or the challenges that I had with Bleach was that, age is not taken as something serious, but you actually see that this is something they addressed, and that she was of age, she was a matured woman before she had a child. Quite happy with, right? But nonetheless, okay, so Ichigo's mother, because she was a queen, she had powers, bro. So on that day where she had to defend herself, Yabaya Hak, right? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name right, took her powers, right? And it's not only her, it's a couple of other queens that he feel that they were not pure enough And it makes sense, right? I mean, think about all the people, dude, that lost those powers in the midst of battle, right? And it makes practical sense that some of those people would lose those powers in the middle of actual fights, and they would die, you know, as a result of that. And Ichigo's mother is essentially dead. And the other big reveal, of course, is that, you know, Yabaya Hag is, you know, the father of all quinces. They originate from him, right? So I wonder if we've got the father of the quinces, if also the Soul King is, you know, the father of, you know, all Soul Reapers. But yeah, overall it was a cool background, you know, a cool background episode. Some great reveals, but for this one I would score it a 7.5 out of 10. And that's it for the review, guys. If you enjoyed the videos, please leave a like. If you enjoyed the series of videos, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you enjoyed most about this episode. What are some of the things that I might have missed? Yeah, I'll check you guys next time.